Happy New Year, everybody. It's Chris with Pretty Spirits, and I'm here to do your 3-card pull. And today the message will be, what insight, what downloads, what knowledge do you need to really make this year something powerful for you? Something that's very different than last year, an opportunity to break old habits, old patterns, really having the courage to take that leap of faith in certain areas that you have been eyeing, but just didn't have the ability to step into fully. Maybe this is the year for you to finally expand your family and you need understanding before you step into that chapter, or you want to find out if that's even something you should be doing. I'm going to pull messages for 3 different groups. So this is your chance to just balance yourself and to tap into spirit and ask, I'm here for a reason, so what messages do I need to receive? Are they in group 1, group 2, or group 3? So I want you to take a moment and take a deep breath and exhale. And think about what insight you need for 2022, what themes may come through that give you the peace of mind that you need to make this year an impactful one. So I'm going to be pulling from the Truth deck. I love this deck because you can use it for all types of readings. It's very general with the messages, but very specific in its delivery. So I really like that you can apply it to love, career, life purpose, finances, and themes like this. Like, what do I need to know to move me forward in the most powerful, impactful way? You can use this deck daily. You can use it combined with tarot. It really is up to you. And the numbers at the bottom represent an opportunity to incorporate numerology, or if you want, you can use this for a timeline pull. So for example, if you're deciding between 2 opportunities and you see weighing options, or it could be more opportunities than that, but ultimately this number at the bottom could say, hey, within 2 days, within 2 weeks, within 2 months, more insight, more information will come to allow you to make a strong decision. But this number, when it comes to timelines, you have to trust your intuition. There's no guidebook that's just going to tell you this 2 means this many days or this many weeks. That's where your intuitive ability needs to come through so you can add that element to your sessions for yourself, or if you read for other people. So let's go ahead and dive into the messages. I'm going to start off with group number 1. Let's see what New Year's messages come through. What information do you need at this time for a more valuable year? I see exciting news, choose you first, which is my favorite card recently, and then speak your truth. Exciting news, choose you first, and speak your truth. These messages are really about prioritizing what you need, making this year about you, being selfish. It is okay, because really this time needs to be about what is it that matters to you most, and really pursuing that. You will receive exciting opportunities. You will receive the support that you've been seeking, as long as you're more authentic to yourself than you ever have been. So this time is saying, if you have been holding back, if you have not been very honest with somebody, you haven't been setting boundaries, you're allowing people to drain your energy, this is not the season for that. This year is about change. It's saying, speak your truth. What do you have to say in a situation? What have you wanted to add to an experience, but you just haven't had, that push forward to do? If you have been wanting to tell family, this is how I really feel about this choice. If you've been wanting to tell a romantic partner, I'm not really as into this connection as I used to be, or I really want to move things to the next level. I may want kids. I know that you didn't in the beginning. Is that still where you stand? This is your opportunity to speak your most honest perspective and really honor that voice within that's been asking you to stand up for yourself in a really real and raw way. The more you choose yourself first, the more you're going to have experiences around you that allow you to just be yourself. Be yourself without judgment, without condemnation. You're going to feel like you're really seen in the world because you're choosing yourself day in, day out. So when you do this consistently and you make it more of a practice and more of something that is just natural to you, you will find that experiences really feel like more fulfilling. They bring you more happiness. They can bring you more financial gains because you don't have restriction. You don't have things that you're really doing just out of reliance on someone, which is codependency, or you're doing just because you don't want to make that person not like you, which is people pleasing. You want to get rid of those habits and you really want to be more of your honest, truest self this year. Let's go into group number 2 and see what messages come through for you. This is group number 2, your New Year's messages. We have low vibes, soulmate connection, and returning to you. So what I'm feeling strongly with this is some people in this group really allow a connection to deplete them. And just because they either deem it a soulmate, they deem it a twin flame, they deem it someone who's just had, their back for so long, but ultimately they're not giving you what you really need now because they're not as committed. I see them constantly leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. And you get excited when they return to you. You get happy. There's a sense of you feeling deserving and worthy. But when they are away, when they're not supporting you, either as a friend, as a companion, as a lover, when they're not there supporting you, you feel like crap. Your energy is low. You don't feel good about self, and that affects other areas of your life. That affects your ability to manifest the things that really matter to you, and that affects your self-perception. So Spirit is saying this year, just because someone has been in your life so long, or just because someone says they love you, if they're not leading with those actions in a very impactful way, every day showing up. And I'm not talking about, okay, someone saying they need space because genuinely life is happening or they're busy in a real raw way. Outside of that, if they're ghosting constantly, if they're not answering the phone, don't make excuses for them this year. Don't say, oh, that's just their personality, or oh, we always have this cat mouse game, or oh, they always come back to me. This is just who they are. No, what you're doing is just accepting subpar treatment, and you don't want your subconscious mind to feel that you are less than, because believe you will connect with other things that make you feel less than, and you don't want that to be the story, overarching. You want to be in a place of powerful feelings and receiving love in a healthy way, in a balanced way, and what you give, you get. That is what you deserve. Group number 2, this is also about you returning to self and the soul connection you have with yourself. If you have been giving all people, all parts of you, and it's leaving you feeling drained, it's leaving you feeling low vibes, it's time to say, I need to enhance this year the connection that I have with myself, the soul bond that I have with myself first, because how I show up spiritually, in my home, in my work, in my relationship, how I show up spiritually is something that's so much more important than how I show up from an ego space. Meaning, if you aren't setting proper boundaries and really speaking your honest truth and cutting things off that no longer serve you, those are all spiritual ways to live your life and to live into your connections, versus leading with ego, which is more either judgmental or critical, or saying, I need to do this because of the money, or I need to do this because I need them to support me in this way, or I need this from them, and I need from my job the promotion, I need to feel valued, I need this accolade or this type of award. All of that is living from ego, and Spirit is saying, get back to the soul connection that you have with yourself, the bond that matters most, the one that when it's high vibe, when your soul connection with self is really healthy, you can sleep good at night. You have less anxiety, less stress, because you know that you are whole. You're pouring into self before anyone else. That's what needs to happen this year. All right, so Final group. Group number 3, what messages come through for group number 3? We have soul journey, deepening bond, and chakra balance. So throughout this year, for this group, you're going to go on like an awakening journey. You're going to discover new parts of yourself. And I know sometimes that can be frustrating if you feel like you've gone through an awakening recently and you've gone through stuff that may have been dark and you finally thought, okay, I'm in this period of light. I don't feel this will necessarily be so heavy in terms of a soul journey, but I do feel that deep change is still needed, and that's why we have the card of chakra balance. There's still some things that are under the surface that are rotting that have to be healed, and so you may find some challenges, especially with us being in Venus in retrograde. You may find relationships that just don't feel as good as they used to or serve you in a certain way anymore. You may have to have some hard conversations. You may have to cut some things that you thought were going to be long-term projects or long-term goals that you had, and now they just don't even feel as right. When you touch them, you don't get that same thrill. So Spirit is saying there's going to be a deeper bond coming through where you're going to say, all right, I'm accepting that this isn't my path anymore. I'm actually going to completely rehaul what I thought my life was going to look like. And it's okay if I have to start from square one, because life is about expansion, evolution, learning, growing. And even though I'm pivoting in such a strong way, hey, this is going to serve me. It's going to give me a new foundation, and I'm excited about that. So instead of seeing it as a challenge or seeing when people give you pushback, seeing it as a frustrating experience, just know that this year you may have some doors shut, but that's to prepare you for the bigger picture, for when you step into a different type of success that feels good on so many levels. You can look back and say, thank goodness I went through that deep soul journey, because I needed to understand what I was doing before wasn't sustainable. It wasn't as powerful as I thought it was, or it wasn't bringing out the best version of myself. And I'm glad that someone came in and really shook me up and made me see that, or some wild experience happened and woke me up to see, oh shoot, the way I've been going about life, that's really not right. So this experience is going to wake you up, and it's going to make you really question a lot. But those questions, as long as you answer them with an open heart and an open mind, they're only going to make you stronger. They're only going to make you more insightful, wiser, and all of that makes you feel so much more inspired, and it makes you feel closer to who you really are. It makes you feel very appreciative of the experiences that you have, and then also excited for the adventures that are yet to come. So go through this year with an energy of like, let go and flow, like let go and flow. If it doesn't work out, let it go. It's okay. Just keep flowing forward, because you're being led down river to somewhere so special and just for you. You just have to trust the process. All right. So those are your 3 messages for the new year. I hope they resonated. If they did, comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.